Hey, good morning. It's Monday. It's time for a new project. I'm going to try to go as quick as possible. We have so much information to cover. So let's see what we got. So we're going to start a new project, and this project is different. It's different in the way that we're not talking about ancient civilizations or history. We're talking about things that are happening now. We're going to take some time to look at the history that we're making because right now you're living history. Um, what's happening right now is going to be in next year. It's going to start being put into history books. 100 years from now, someone's going to study COVID-19 and what happened and how it affected society and people. Your children and your grandchildren one day will ask you these questions like, what was life like? What do you remember from it? How did you react? Your grandchildren might even have history projects where your grandchildren will come and for school they have to interview you about your remembrance of COVID-19, quarantine, and the pandemic. So let me just go over what we're doing real quick, and we'll take a look at this. First of all, I'm going to share my screen with you and share. And this becomes a little difficult, but give me just a second. And screen is shared and pull it all up. So first off, every Monday we're going to put up both assignments. We're going to be putting both assignments up on Monday. So for humanities, you're going to get one that's dated Monday and Wednesday, documenting COVID-19 lesson 1. I'm going to have office hours this week from 3 to 4. Next week, I'll be having office hours at 3 to 4 every day. But the reality is, every hour is an office hour for me. If you email me, I try to get to it as fast as possible. You don't have to wait till 3 to 4 to email me. But the hope is that between 3 to 4 would be a really good time because it wouldn't interfere with your other classes. Hopefully I'll be able to set up some times to have meetings and everything else. All your assignments are due on Friday because you want to have the weekend free to make sure. The assignments are set up to be about 45 minutes long. Um, Today's might be a little longer because you got to listen to me talk for a while. Okay. Now, if you come in here, you're going to get instructions and some resources. So you're going to watch this video that I'm making right now. For step 1, I'll go over exactly what we're doing for the project and how we work on it. Then you're going to go to Google Classroom. All the assignments and everything you have to do, all your work is going to be posted in Google Classroom. Then I want you to read and analyze documents about COVID-19. All right. So I know some of you are probably feeling a little anxious about COVID-19 right now because it's kind of scary. Our whole world is turned upside down. You're probably spending so much more time at home. And you don't have that place to go every day. You don't get school every day or wherever you go or sports. And like you've given so much up in your life. And I know that can be stressful. But when we talk about history and we talk about the present, just because things are stressful, we can't pretend like they don't exist, right? There are lots of unpleasant things that have happened throughout history, but we can't just pretend like they've never happened. They also need to be looked at and understood. So if you're feeling super stressed about this, talk to someone in your house. Be honest, like this causes me stress. You could also talk to Mrs. Jacobson. She's in her garden right now with her computer and her phone, and she's more than happy to field some calls and talk about these things in any way that she can help. So that's one thing. But pretending like something doesn't exist is not an option. So let's move on. So you're going to read and analyze 2 documents every day, and then you are going to create a document of your own. And so let me go through and show a couple pieces here. The first thing is we've got this all planned out. It's going to be 3 weeks lesson, and so at the end of the 3rd week, the end of April, we're going to wrap this up, and you're going to have a final presentation, and we'll talk about that in the future. But we have a plan. All right, documents. First thing is you get a set of documents. You're going to get 2 documents a day or a lesson. You want to go through and you want to read these. But these are all going to help you answer this question. What are the most important things you will tell future generations about the COVID-19 pandemic? Now, the first set of documents we have are both photographs. Okay, we've done photojournalism before, and what I want you to do with each of the documents is I want you to study them. Go through and read them. What do you see? So if I look at this, I see some ladies. They all seem to be female. They have signs. This one reads, "My ethnicity is not a virus, and time for facts, not fear." And it says, members of Massachusetts Asian American Commission protest racism aimed at Asian American communities amid coronavirus pandemic at the courthouse or at the State House in Boston. So we got a photograph, right? And so you're gonna look, and there's an article here, "Coughing While Asian." So in that article, there's probably a lot more information talking about the problems that they see and how they feel. But right now we're just studying this picture because this is photojournalism. And the photographer, the photojournalist, has chosen certain elements to depict, right? So the ladies are all very stern. They're all very serious looking. They're standing in front of this building, which is the State House in Boston. You might not know, but I know that's like where the governor and the legislature for Massachusetts does all the business, sort of like Salem for us in Oregon. And then what I want you to do is come down and you're going to answer a set of level 1 questions and a set of level 2 questions. Remember this? We have the level 1 questions, which sort of build up on ideas, right? I say who, what, where, when, right? They're really basic, yet it's important to be able to answer those to get to more complex ideas and do analysis. And then we start building into analysis. You take ideas from different places and you analyze those. You put them together, your background knowledge, knowledge from different events, and you start doing analysis of that picture. And then finally, you start making, you get to the point where you assess, where you judge, where you create your own pieces. All right. So I think I lost everything. There we go. So you're going to put this in. It does be pretty simple. The first question is, who is the author? Well, the person, the photographer's name was Stephen Seen. What is important? What is the important info in the document? And here I have people of Asian descent are protesting with signs. And I might say what you might put in a little bit more that read, facts, not fear, right? Right? Or we can go back up here and look. My ethnicity is not a virus. So that's some important things. I know I spelled that wrong. Going too quick. But I love spell check. There we go. And then where and when, why and how. Okay, where and when was this created? It's pretty straightforward. You can find it right here in that caption. How is the picture author trying to communicate? A message, right? So the picture captures the building and people looking very serious, right? What strategies are being used? Yeah, kind of kept the tone of the photograph really dark. He had the building in behind, right? So you can go more in depth if you would like. But really, this is just to have an idea of like just gathering that information. And then in level 2, you're going to start analyzing the information. So how does this document connect to this idea? What are important things future generations should know, right? And that one of the things that future generations might need to know is that some people in the Asian American community in Boston were upset that this virus was being given a racist spin, right? They felt that they were being marginalized. They were being, that the truth was not as clear as it should be, right? So I move on. You're going to look at this picture from Dunkin' Donuts, and you're going to do the same piece, right? And when that is done, the next thing you are going to do is this. You are going to create some photographs, 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's up to you, about your new normal, about life in your world. If you could take a picture and like capture how people are living, that would be good. This is the picture that I'm including. And this is what my new normal looks like. You have everyone, this is one of our staff meetings. And you're going to see an example slide, and you're going to put a picture, and then I want you to write a caption, okay? And of your new normal. And both these things can be turned in on Google Classroom. You're going to find links to a slideshow, and you'll get this picture I've given, and you'll put a title and a caption. And you can have 1, 2, 3, or 4 pictures. And that's it. Email me any questions you have, and I'm out.